The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is our setting tonight, as seen from above. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
And you look at DeRozan. He's pulled in a lot of votes, nearly enough, in fact, to break into the top 10 in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and probably wishing he was a little higher on that list, but there's just too many other guys also having fantastic seasons.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, after a 16-year run where they made the playoffs 15 times and won the NBA title in 2011, the Dallas Mavericks have missed the postseason the last 3 years. But by bringing in 2019 Rookie of the Year Luka Doncic and trading for All-Star Kristaps Porzingis, there's a lot of confidence in Dallas that they will soon be back in the hunt. Kevin?
Seems like they are. Thanks, D.A. We don't see this very often, Clark, but tonight, two teams that really thrive in the half court.
Yeah, and you know, they can get up and down, and we'll see them do that some, but they much prefer, Kevin, simply to grind it out.
And the starting group for the Spurs, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. DeJounte Murray is out there with Derek White, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. And for the Mavericks, on the wing, Doncic and Jackson. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Brunson in at the point.
Here we go.
So Dallas will get the first possession. Doncic left side. Now the pass to Porzingis. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. Some solid defense from Aldridge. Right side, White. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis trying to get free. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house than the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base. Those fans will be around for a while. Giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
They get it back. Murray kicks to White. Here's Pirtle. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a page behind, a step slower out there all game.
Murray dishes to DeRozan. Over Jackson. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try to lean.
Boy, showing you some power there, fellas. I mean, nice to see Doncic get up and drop it in with force that time.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. The Spurs have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Murray, the pass to Aldridge. Outside DeRozan. The shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part
because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight to give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
Shooting two.
And he can't get the first one.
You know, for Porzingis, the business of the family is basketball. His parents played at a very high level. His older brother played professionally for over a decade. And the first word that Porzingis said was ball, and he's had one in his hands pretty much from the start.
And Clark, Porzingis' older brother, he used to make him highlight reels of NBA stars.
Yeah, you know, the NBA was his goal all along, but he showed patience, and the Orlando Magic actually promised to take him 10th back in 2014. He stayed in Spain one more year to develop, and good for him.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Now here's Murray. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And Pirtle has stick-to-itiveness on the offensive glass. He just throws himself in the mix to come up with those boards.
Johnson with it. He's covered by Murray. Now Doncic. 32 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto. Fires for three. Murray, no good. Dallas leading by 7. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
Outside DeRozan. Over Jackson. Connects. The jumper drops.
You know, they'll put the ball in DeRozan's hands and run the pick and roll all day long. He's phenomenal at getting good shots in that set.
Runs in the pass to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's DeRozan following the score by Dallas. Inside. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Porzingis against Murray. 6 to shoot. Pirtle, no one around him. It's rebounded by Dallas.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Murray outside. Stolen by Brunson. Doncic against DeRozan. Pirtle with the steal. Murray right side. Outside DeRozan. Fires from the wing. Here's Aldridge.
How about that for the old up fake? Aldridge knows exactly how to get a defender off his feet.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of neat to see Aldridge take on more of a leadership role. He's somebody the younger guys can look up to.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Runs in the pass to Doncic. Throws it up high, and stolen by Aldridge. Here's Murray. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game. Passes it to Aldridge. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Here's Porzingis. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. DeRozan surveying the D. Aldridge down low. Nice D from Porzingis.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Gay comes in for White, and it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. And stolen by Cauley Stein.
Defense is all about anticipation, and he had perfect anticipation on that pass and comes away with the steal.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Again, the miss by the Spurs. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 17-6 run. Here's Brunson, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Boy, you look at how tall Porzingis is. He's 7'3", and you add in his skill level. That's a unique combination. No wonder they call him the unicorn. He is unique.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Jackson. Bellinelli, he's checked in for the Spurs. Now, here's Bellinelli. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Aldridge misses. And Clark, the advantage of height, well known in basketball, but some have wondered if Porzingis is almost too tall.
Well, you know, there's a concern because he's had a significant injury early in his career, and his frame is really long, which makes you a little more susceptible to injuries. But I think KP has worked diligently to add strength and improve his body. Only time will tell if he's able to stand up to a long, productive NBA career.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Kleber. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
That is a DeRozan specialty there. Draw contact, convert, and then head to the line for a freebie. Not by accident. That's his plan.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Mavericks?
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Lyles checked in for the Spurs. That's good from DeMar DeRozan. Clark, here we are in mid-season, and some teams have already exceeded early expectations, starting to show that they are the real deal.
Yeah, no fluke, and that's what we call validation. Again, you have such a long season early on. The schedule can work in your favor, but as we get to this point in the season, Kevin, teams are starting to show you who they really are, answering doubters, and it's got to be extremely satisfying when you prove folks wrong.
Absolutely. And it's Mills with the ball for San Antonio. It's a 14-point game. Gay with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Memphis. Basket good.
Rudy Gay's always had that shot in his bag. Lethal from mid-range.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. 5 on the clock, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And San Antonio called for the foul. Well, the number 33 pick in the 2018 draft, Jalen Brunson, off to a pretty good start.
Boy, I tell you what, this guy is so solid. He was the Naismith Player of the Year and a 2-time champion at Villanova. No surprise to see him handling this business in the pros because he's all business.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for the Spurs. And he sinks the second.
And, you know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
And they're running. Finishes the break with a slam.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Spurs trail by 15. And here's Mills. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Well, you were talking about the mid-range and the post-ups. Those are the strengths of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, Coach Popovich has been so successful for decades because he always adapts to the strengths of his players. Outstanding coaches do that in every sport. That shot diet might not work for most other teams, but if it fits the Spurs, they'll go old school and make it work for them.
Pass to Lyles, and here's Gay. Three-pointer on the way. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
1:52 left in the first quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Will it go? And he sinks the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Dallas leading by 17. Now here's Brunson. He has 5. In the corner, it's Kleba. Shoots over Lyles. Kleba, no good. San Antonio's gone 0 of 4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Pass to Lyles. Dishes it to Forbes. The 9-foot shot. Porzingis with the block. Doncic, bounce pass. Here's Brunson. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Brunson's got 7 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Gay outside. Bellinelli against Doncic. Now Bellinelli. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Down low, here's Doncic. The wide open look here for Porzingis. A three-pointer off the mark. Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Gay. The pass to Mills. Lets it go with the three. But they'll get another chance. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks taking a 19-point lead into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it, not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age where you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Mavericks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
White and Doncic are the backcourt pair. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Kleba in at the 4 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. The free throw drops for Powell. Well, out of Canada by way of Stanford University. 6'11", power forward Dwight Powell.
Boy, a high-energy guy is Powell, guys. He's a pogo stick and a rim runner. Very quick-footed. I think that makes him tough to tag slicing through the lane. His activity and agility really what separate him and get him minutes on the court.
Now here's Mills. Passes it to Lyles. Powell pulls it in.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. And it seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, there is a lot of optimism in Dallas for the tandem of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis said, "We clicked right away. We're both European players, similar roots, both speak Spanish. That'll translate on the court. We can be something special." Kevin, look out for them to compliment and criticize one another in a different tongue.
Yeah, if they play to their potential, they could be scary. Thanks, David. And he makes the first.
A lot of turnover for the Mavericks this season, but they bring back restricted free agents Maxi Kleber Dwight Powell, and Dorian Finney-Smith.
And, you know, those three players have made steady improvement, and that's a credit to how the Mavericks develop young players. They also bring length and athleticism to that rotation.
Both free throws good from Forbes. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the is a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. And how about a look at the most recent power rankings? Very telling, even though, guys, we're just still in December. You look at Sacramento. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And guys, right now for Dallas, they're still sorting out their roster, trying to find a way to unlock their full potential in a holding pattern, if you will. And that could change, though, at any moment.
Just 5 on the clock. And Bellinelli kicks to White. That's tipped. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 15 points.
Boy, he's so dangerous in these situations. Doncic just has a good sense for what he needs to do based on the situation.
Here is Forbes. 9-point game his last outing. Pass to Pirtle. Gay outside. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Lets it fly. That's good from Doncic on the assist from Kid Gilchrist. He's got 17.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here is Forbes. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. Forbes dishes to Pirtle. That's tipped.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Jackson, he's checked in for Dallas. The Spurs also with the sub. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Bellinelli. Dallas leading by 23. Doncic right side. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
When Aldridge is in the neighborhood, you've got to be careful shooting it. I mean, proving there that he's capable of blocking shots.
The Mavericks have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
The first one falls.
Still plenty of room to get better. Kid Gilchrist doing his best to become an all-around player.
DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. He hits both from the stripe.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Pass to White. Now Pirtle. Gay outside. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. 6 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. Here's Pirtle. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Hey, it is never easy guarding Pirtle. I mean, he's got so many moves and a lot of ways to get defenders to foul him. 2.
The free throw drops for Pirtle.
Or the shot repertoire of Jakob Pirtle. Mostly 10 feet and in is his strength. He's an old-school big man in every sense of the word, but efficient in what he does.
San Antonio making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And Clark at 7 feet tall. Pirtle a live body in there.
He's live, and he's also no stiff, guys. Pirtle can catch and finish. He's active in defending. Gets off the ground quickly and easily. I like his package as a big guy. Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and the one skepticism scouts had was his athleticism or lack thereof, and I think he's proven that's not necessary to be a great basketball player. And he's only getting better as he works with NBA trainers.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. And, you know, you heard about Doncic. Even if he's a step slow, he's always 2 steps ahead with his mental game.
You know, Kevin, that's a great point. Feel, savvy, experience, know-how. You know, he grew up playing against bigger, stronger guys, and that always serves you well as you go forward. So he understands how to create space and anticipate and feel how to get defenders off balance. I mean, he's just a special young player.
That one good for 2.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Murray with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Boy, the Spurs really like running through LaMarcus Aldridge in the post. I mean, that's an effective way to play offense, especially early before the defense gets set. He gets that deep position, and he puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
And with his skill level, sometimes the sheer strength and size of Aldridge goes overlooked.
Yeah, and he's not afraid or hesitant to play bully ball. I mean, on that block, he gets that body into you and leans into that sweet jump shot of his, and he can make you look bad.
And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge. All right, Clark, game is on the line. 1 free throw to make to win a big game. Who is up there for you?
I'd go with your colleague and mine.
Oh, yeah.
But since he's no longer in uniform today, I will go with Steph Curry and Malcolm Brogdon.
Great name. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Powell down low. Pirtle's there. The shot by Powell, no good. DeRozan with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's White, and it's blocked.
You know, I like that Doncic, guys, doesn't back down on defense and tries to make it hard for his opponents.
San Antonio again missing. The Mavericks have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game, and don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Powell.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
He doesn't get the second one. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. And that one drops. And it's now 23 points for Luka Doncic.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And the pass to Pirtle. Now here is Aldridge. Fades away. They get the rebound. Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Boy, Pirtle is a guy that plays with a lot of force. I mean, when he's near the basket, the defense better watch out for the dunk.
Right, the pass to Doncic. Cauley-Stein against Pirtle. And good that time. Cauley-Stein's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And here is Murray. No points in the game yet for him. Over Wright. Murray, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Now here's Wright. Passes to Doncic. Back to Wright. Over to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Great recognition that time from Kid Gilchrist. When he's got an advantage in the paint, he doesn't mind the contact.
And he's good on the second.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Here's Doncic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Doncic has got 12 now in this quarter.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
San Antonio's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Outside DeRozan. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, in the loaded West, DeMar DeRozan, not an all-star last season after being one multiple times in the East. His first time missing the festivities in 4 seasons.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And he makes the first. You talk about that edge, Clark, for DeRozan, very focused on proving his doubters wrong.
Nothing wrong with playing with something to prove, with that kind of attitude and mindset, turning that negative into a positive. And most importantly, it can't just be a mindset. You have to put the work into it as well. And he's done that, gotten better each year.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service dimes tonight. One sweet one after another.
So it's San Antonio now. The Mavericks making the shot. Pass to Pirtle. Outside DeRozan. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. Mavericks with the rebound. Cauley-Stein's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Here's Murray. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pirtle against Wright. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Doncic kicks to Jackson. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against Memphis. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pirtle against Cauley-Stein. To the middle. Aldridge can't get it to go.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Cauley-Stein. Count it, good. Cauley-Stein's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist getting better at recognizing when his teammates are open. And if he continues to improve, he'll be more valuable as a teammate.
Murray against Wright. To end the run, and DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Murray. 9 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now here's Wright, outside Jackson. Back to Wright. This one for three. Another three for Dallas.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Now here's Murray. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pirtle, the pass to Aldridge. Some solid defense from Kidd-Gilchrist.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Mills. No good that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Here's Jackson after the basket by San Antonio. Clock at 6. Wright dishes to Jackson. Another three for Dallas.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
1:19 left now here in the second. Now Murray. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
Don't leave Mills open.
Mills looking it over. Out to DeRozan. The three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Their next game is in San Francisco, so a road game with the Warriors. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down, hard, and simple.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. He dishes it to Mills. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Mills has got his second basket of the game.
Boy, DeRozan showing you good recognition there. Saw the gap in the defense and fired the pass to the wide open man. Doesn't get much better than that.
Pass to Doncic. Launches it. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Dallas holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 block. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
And we're seeing there's a certain it factor for Luka Doncic. His supreme confidence in himself, the terrific floor leader, he's turned a lot of people into believers in a very short time.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys are working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. On the court right now for the Spurs, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Derek White is out there with DeJounte Murray. And it's DeRozan and it's small forward. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two.
Sometimes that's all you can do against Aldridge. Be aggressive, be physical, body him up, even if you have to foul him.
He shot 5 of 6 at the foul line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Shooting one.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
Here's Doncic following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. There's the pass to Jackson. To the paint. Brunson kicks to Porzingis. And Dallas again with the bucket.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Murray surveying the D. Shoots over Brunson. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Once Porzingis gets some momentum, just get out of the way.
The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's DeRozan. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Murray. Lets it go from the wing. DeRozan gets the bucket. DeRozan's got 11 points. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Brunson the pass to Doncic. Back to Brunson. And it's blocked.
Murray is tireless on the defensive end, and you don't want this guy guarding you because he's so pesky. What a rejection.
And DeRozan kicks to Murray. Pass to Pirtle. 16 feet away, and Aldridge the basket on the assist by Pirtle. 10 points for Aldridge.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area, really keeps the defense honest.
And I tell you what, guys, I mean, with this combination of size and touch, he's a real threat from mid-range.
Pass to Doncic. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Pirtle with the steal. And here comes White, leading the fast break. They get it back. Aldridge, no luck.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
White inside, headed by Porzingis. Porzingis with the block.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
San Antonio with the ball, following the score by Dallas. Murray, no good. Brunson scanning the floor. Here's Doncic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Jakob Pirtle.
And, you know, early on, Doncic has proven to be a leader. I mean, this guy is somebody that can shoulder the offense and take and make big shots for his team. And, you know, guys, the Spurs team dinner's the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
And Clark, the act of getting dinner, sitting down to a meal. As a team, it brings people together.
It really does, guys, and I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind, grind, grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding, and sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Here is Forbes. Shoots over Brunson. The shot's good from Forbes.
And, you know, in that mid-range area, that in-between area, Forbes is a hard cover because when he gets a little room, he's really deadly.
Runs in the pass to Porzingis. And such a nice move to make the basket work. Porzingis has got 9 points now in just the second half. For San Antonio, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Here is Forbes, guarded by Porzingis. 5 to shoot. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Bellinelli. Here's Gay. It's deflected. Bellinelli against Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, this is who Doncic is. This is what we've seen from him. A scorer who can take over games easily.
DeRozan with it. He's got 13. He kicks it to Gay. Free throw line jump shot. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Jackson passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's DeRozan. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. DeRozan's got 16. Here's Doncic. And he has 28 points for the game. And no good that time. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's DeRozan. Porzingis with the block. finished off the break. Brunson's got 4 points in the quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Dallas.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Here's DeRozan following the score by Dallas. Kicks it out to Gay. The three-pointer, no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Dallas. Here's Powell. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. DeRozan against Jackson. Shot from the top of the key. And it's DeRozan missing. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Powell, that's good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here is Forbes, guarded by Porzingis. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Well, Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed.
Right.
So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have. Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Now, here's Mills. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Hardaway from outside. And that's collected by Gay. Spurs shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Now, here's Mills. Brunson covering. He had a nice open look right there. Forbes has got 7 points in the game.
And as a spot-up shooter, guys, Forbes is right there amongst the best in the league, and his movement is what separates him from many. And he gets those chances, he'll convert.
Now, here's Brunson. He's got 11. Goes up the baseline, and it's Hardaway again missing.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Hits it from three-point range. Hardaway has got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, with good shooting form and technique and a knack for scoring, Hardaway Jr. is confident with the deep ball.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And here's Mills. Now here's Bellinelli. Got a hand on it. Powell finds Brunson. To the inside. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
That's just too easy. You got to offer more resistance. I mean, Hardaway Jr., very dangerous once he gets this type of positioning.
The Spurs shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. Now here's Mills, guarded by Porzingis. Here's Gay, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. He has 6.
Well, he's given himself a chance. 6 shots he's gotten up this quarter, but only able to convert on 1 of them.
Outside Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Stolen by Gay. Kicks to Mills. A minute 50 left in the third quarter of the game. Pulls up. High post. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Powell's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Shot clock at 5. Back to Hardaway. That shot, no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Gay dishes to Mills. Spurs passing it around. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Gay is on the court for his scoring ability, and there's no better way to get points on the board than with the and one. Boy, a big summer for the Mavs here in 2019. Huge cap room. They were looking to stock up on veteran talent while Doncic was still on that rookie contract. Pretty solid position for the Mavericks.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Porzingis. And it's Wright in for Jalen Brunson. You talk about the aggressive summer for the Mavericks. The max extension for Porzingis was a given.
Yeah, I agree. And you take a look at what else they needed. More shooting, two-way veteran players if they're going to make a push for the playoffs.
Now here is Hardaway. He's got 7, and Wright gets it to go on the assist from Hardaway. Wright's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And Murray's got the ball here for San Antonio. The pass to Mills. Murray outside. Feeds to Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Boy, Murray's court vision very sharp, and he's unselfish too. You love seeing that combination.
Passes it to Kleba. He kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. 6 to shoot. Cauley-Stein passes to Hardaway. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Murray dishes to Mills. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Lee. J.J. Barea is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then it's DeJuan Wright, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Here's Mills. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
You know, that's what Mills gives you when he's on the floor, a dangerous shooter who can cause problems for the defense.
Wright looking around. Finney Smith kicks to Wright. Outside Kidd-Gilchrist over Johnson. That one wide left.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Saturday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
And the first one drops. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Mills passes to Walker. Makes it off the glass. Walker's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Lee outside. Right outside. Shot clock at 6. It's hauled in by Lyles.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Johnson. Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's an outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media. So they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching it. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually. But on occasion, it does get a little carried away.
And so it's Dallas with it. After the basket by San Antonio. Here's Finney-Smith. He's guarded by Johnson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. And the Spurs with possession here. The turnaround jumper tries again, and Lyles with the lay-in.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Now, Wright. Clark, when you think of athleticism specifically, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, you know, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s. You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Here's Mills. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And that one is good.
Hard not to commend the confidence of Barea. For a point guard, he's an excellent scorer, particularly inside.
Here's Mills. Pass to Lyles. Back to Mills. And it's Wright sending it back. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. The Spurs making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Here's Lyles. San Antonio again missing. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Mavericks. Cuts off the pass. Down low. Walker's shot is off.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
And Wright with the basket on the assist by Lee.
Boy, that's great awareness by Courtney Lee. Excellent at recognizing when his guys are wide open.
And San Antonio has possession. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here is Forbes, guarded by Wright. Here's Lyles. Shoots over Barea. Lyles with a terrific move and the bucket.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Wright, the pass to Lee. Wright outside. And he lobs it up. And slam dunk by Kid Gilchrist.
Bouncing through the air with ease, Kid Gilchrist. An absolute beast on these alley-oop throwdowns.
The Spurs have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Walker with it.
He's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
Now here's Lee. Back to Wright. Courtney Lee is on the wing. 5 on the clock. That shot, no good. Walker with some nice D. Johnson inside. Pass to Forbes. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Wright outside. The pass to Finney-Smith. The dish to Powell. Banked in off the glass.
And Powell doing a nice job using his length on these hard shots. I mean, excellent at powering through the contact.
Here is Forbes. They double team Walker. Kicks it to Forbes. Passes it to Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Forbes. But they get it back.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Pass to Samanic. Outside, Walker. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Walker's got 9 points here in the second half. Dallas has gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Pass to Finney-Smith. He kicks it to Wright. Powell for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Here is Forbes. The kick out to Walker. Here's Samanic, and he comes up with the deuce.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And here's Barea. The pass to Wright. Back to Lee. Some nice passing here by Dallas. It's good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Walker in the post, working on Lee. Good D by Lee. Dallas has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Well, for a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
Lee with the steal. Finney-Smith passes to Lee. And that one, good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Walker. The Mavericks making the shot. Kicks to Forbes. On the wing, Johnson from past the arc. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Lets it go. No good from Lee. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Spurs. It's rebounded by Dallas.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
Right, the pass to Lee. Here's Finney-Smith. Puts up a three. Walker with the rebound. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions, and the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
Lee, that one falls.
You know what? It's hard to shake Lee's focus and concentration. I mean, when he's determined to score, he's unfazed, willing to fight through the defense.
There's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth. Lee against Walker. Passes it to Forbes. To the middle. Here's Lyles. Good on the shot. Lyles got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
In transition, here come the Spurs.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Mavericks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Luka Doncic.
He did it all tonight, making an impact with more than just his scoring. How about the fact that he got a triple-double?
Now here's Johnson. He shoots again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Lee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. Connects from three-point range.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. KP, balanced offensive effort tonight. What did you like about how you played?
I think we played as a team. We shared the ball, and it was a team effort today. And everybody was involved. Everybody was playing good offensively, and that's why we were able to come up with a win.
Really looking good at both ends tonight, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.